Let us continue with the module 5, backtracking. So here we'll be looking at one more example, a problem which can be solved by the backtracking method. That is subset sum problem. So what is a subset sum problem and how can we solve the subset sum problem using backtracking method? The subset sum problem is the problem of finding the subset of the given set. So, the set is given S is equal to S1, S2, so on up to n of n positive integers. N positive integers, the set is given. We have to find the subset of this set in such a way that when you add the content of the set, the sum should be equal to the given positive integer d. So, we will be having two inputs here. One is the set s and also one positive integer. We have to find the subset of the set s in such a way that when you add the content of that set, it should give us the sum which is equal to d. Now, for example, if you take S is equal to 1, 2, 5, 6, 8, these are the elements, and the sum is also given, D is equal to 9. We have to find the elements, subset of S. We have to find the elements. When we add those elements, that should lead to 9. So here we can have two solutions here. One is 1, 2, 6, which is a subset of S. When you add 1, 2 and 6, the total sum is equal to 9, which is exactly equal to the value of D. Similarly, you take one more solution. We have got one more solution, that is 1 and 8. When you add 1 and 8, the result is equal to 9. That is also equal to D. So, do we have any other solutions here? No. So, for this problem, we have got two solutions, and when you add the elements of the subset 1, 6, 1, 8, we get the positive integer, that is D. This is the subset sum problem. So, two inputs are given. One is the set S and also D. So, we have to find all the solutions using the backtracking method. Now, how do we solve this problem? So, as you know, if you're using the backtracking method, then you have to construct the state space tree. One more thing what you have to remember is, whenever you solve the problem, whenever you solve the subset sum problem, first you have to sort the sets element in the increasing order. Okay, so in this example, you have got 1, 2, 5, 6, 8. So here the elements are already sorted in the increasing order. Suppose if the elements are not in the order, first you have to sort it. This thing you have to keep in your mind. You have to sort it first. So that is the first thing you have to do, sort the elements in the increasing order. After that, you start constructing the state space tree. State space tree of the subset sum problem is always a binary tree. Binary tree means it can have only two children. Any node you consider, it can have two children or no children. So the leaf node will not have any children. So the root of the tree, you know that in every state space tree, the root of the tree represents the starting point where when the no decisions are made. So even here also, the root of the tree is the starting point when no decision about which elements are to be selected are made. Then is the left and right children of the root. Now how to construct the left child and right child of the given root. Now when we construct the left children, or in order, when the left children is actually represent the inclusion of S1. So here small letter S1 is nothing but the first element in the set. Remember that it is the first element in the set. S2 is the second element, S3 is the third element, Sn is the nth element. So in the first level, the left child, it represent the inclusion of S1. That is, what will be the sum? What will be the sum if you are including this first item in the set, first element in the set? Similarly, the right child actually represent the exclusion of S1. What is the sum if you don't consider this first element? Once you consider the first element and again you don't consider the first element, that is the right child, left child and the right child. Similarly, when you go to the third level, in the third level you are extending from the second level. Now in the second level you have got two node, left child as well as the right child. You have to expand both left child and the right child. Now when you have to expand, again you are going to consider the second item, second element in the set, whether to include. If we are including, that will become, you add that to the previous sum and that will become the left child of this. If you are excluding, that will become the right child of the given node. Similarly, you continue with the next element after that in the next level and so on until you get the solution or until you reach the non-promising dead end, which will not give you any of the solution. Each time you remember, whenever you consider the element, you have to add it to the previous sum. Initially, the sum is equal to 0. When you don't consider any of the element, sum is equal to 0. If you include the first element, then the new sum becomes the sum, old sum, that is 0 plus the value of the element what you have considered, that is the value of the first item, that is the new sum. So the n, you write that in the node, you write that in as the value of the left child. So you continue like this, and when you reach the end, so you have to stop or you have to terminate the node. So when you have to stop continuing with the node, so there are two conditions here. One is s S bar. S bar is nothing but it represents the sum plus Si plus 1. Si plus 1 is nothing but the next element. The given for the current sum, if you add the next element, suppose if the sum exceeds D, then at that point you have to stop. So that means you cannot consider that your sum is exceeding D. The total sum should be equal to D. It cannot go beyond D. So you cannot consider the item Si plus 1. You have to stop there. Or else there is one more condition for you to stop. That is S bar. S bar is the current sum plus sigma j is equal to I plus 1 to n. I plus 1 is the next element. Next to n means till the last element. If you add all the elements and this sum, if this sum is less than D, then also you have to stop. So you have started from the first element, you have reached till the last element, but you didn't get, when you add all these elements together, you didn't get the sum which is equal to D, which is always less than D. That means you don't have any solution here. So at that point also you have to stop. You consider that node as the non-promising dead end and you stop. So either we get the result or we stop that as the non-promising end. So if you get the result, again you have an option to go back. You can backtrack to the parent of that particular node and you can continue finding the next solution. Remember that in case of backtracking, we are not having the single solution. We can have more than one solution. We can find more than one solution. If you have to find more than one solution, then once you reach the end, again you go back to the parent of it, you backtrack and again you continue with the solution. Let us look at the actual procedure of solving the sum of subset problem using the backtracking method. So here we have taken one example in which S is equal to 3, 5, 6, 7. Just see the elements in S. It is sorted. 3, 5, 6, 7. The elements are sorted. So first thing what you have to do is you have to sort the elements. And then you have to then you will also be given the value of the integer d, that is equal to 15. So now your task is to find the subset of S in such a way that when you add the elements together, you get the sum which is equal to 15. So that is the given problem. So I have told you how you have to draw the state space tree. So initially the root of the state space tree represent the solution, or it is actually the point wherein we have not started deciding which element to consider. So that is why the value of the root node is 0. You can see here, this is a root node, the value is 0. That means we have not considered any of the elements in our subset. In our answer we'll be having some of the elements of S. So in now the root which doesn't have any elements, we have not decided which element to consider, so it is 0. Next is I told you it is a binary tree, so it will be having two children, left child and the right child. So in the left child we'll be considering the inclusion of the element S1. So here S1 is equal to 3, S2 is equal to 5, S3 is equal to 6 and S4 is equal to 7. So the first left child is it represents the sum when we include the element S1 in the set. So if you are including the element in the set, then the value of the sum becomes 3. So initial sum is equal to 0. We have not considered any of the element in the set. Now if we consider the element in the set, then it becomes 3. Right? 0 plus 3 is equal to 3. That is about the left child. Now what about the right child? Right child represent the exclusion of the item. Exclusion of the item means we have not considered the element 3. If you don't consider that element 3, then the sum remains as same as that of the root, which is equal to 0. So one is with the 3 and this is without 3. 3 here is S1, with the S1, without S1. Now we'll expand the left child. So in the left child what we have got 3 now. 3, the value, that means we have included 3. Next we are extending the tree to the next level. So when you have to go to the next level, you have to consider the next item, that is S2. So S2 is what? 5. S2 is 5. So you have to consider both. When you include S2, what will be the sum? If you don't include, then what will be the sum? Yes, so and every time you have to see whether the sum is greater than the element, greater than the integer 15. So here the sum was 3. 3 is not greater than 15. And also if you consider the next element is 5. So if you add the next element to that, S1 plus Si plus 1, next element, that also will not be greater than 15. That will be 8. It is not greater than 15. So we don't stop there. So at 3, we consider what happens if you include the item 5. What happens if you don't include the item 5, with the 5 and without 5. So if you include, then it becomes 8. Right? So 3 plus 5. 3 is the previous sum and 5 is the new element. So 3 plus 5, that will become 8. So 8 is the new sum. Similarly, if you don't include 5, so that means here this says that we have included 3. Here it says that we have not included 5. So that means the sum is same as that of its parent, that is equal to 3. So without 5 it is 3. Now again we'll expand. So we'll expand it from here. So here it is 8. Now here also we have to consider with the next element, without the next element. So with the next element is what? 6. First you check if you add 6 to 8, will the sum lead to the value which is greater than 15? 8 plus 6 is 14. 14 is not greater than 15. So we don't stop there, we continue. So we consider what happens when 8 is for 8 you have to add 6. That is, if you consider 6, then what is the sum? If you don't consider 6, then what is the sum? If you consider 6, then the new sum is what? 14. If you don't consider, then it is 8. That is the same as that of the parent, that is 8 itself. So now again we'll continue from here. So this is 8, now this is 14. Now again we'll extend that to the next level. So in the next level, now we'll continue. Now for 14. So 14, again we have to generate the left child and the right child. Now look at the condition. When you add the element to the given sum, suppose if that sum is greater than D, then you have to consider that particular node as the non-promising node and you have to stop. That is what it is given. Terminate the node if either of the following inequalities holds. So see here, you have got 14. Next element, Si plus 1, what is there? We have 7. So if you add 7 to 14, that will give us 21. 21 is actually greater than 15. So you have to stop there. So 14 plus 7 is equal to 21, which is greater than 15. So you have to stop. So what it indicates? If you include 3, if you include 5, if you include 6 and 7, all the 4 elements, then that doesn't give us the solution, because when you add all the 4 elements together, it is giving the value which is greater than 15. So we stop there. We consider it as a non-promising dead end and we stop. Now backtrack and consider the next choice. Next choice is what? Without 6. So without 6, we know that the sum is 8. We have reached till here, 8. Next is what? Go to the next level. When you go to the next level, you are considering the next item. Next item is what? 7. So next item is 7. So for 8, now you have to see whether what is the solution if it is when you add the element 7 to it and when you don't add the element 7 to it. Okay, so if you add 7, then what you will get? You will get 15. 15 is actually what? 15 is actually the value of D, which is equal to D. That is what we are expecting, right? So we got the solution here. So what is the what is the subset here we got? So the subset is actually you count it from here. See here we have included 3, right? We have included the element 3. Then we have included the element 5 again with the 5, right? With the 5 you have come this side. So 5 also we have included. Then here it is without 6, right? Without 6. So that means we have not considered 6. And then it is with the 7. So that means we have considered 7. So this is actually 3, 5, 7. So this is one of the solution what we got. So 3, 5 and 7 is the subset of S, and the total element of this, total sum of these 3 elements is equal to 15. So that is one of the solution. So you can stop here, either you can stop or else you can continue to find if there are any other solutions possible. So how will you continue? If you have to continue, now where are you? Now you are in this node, right? You have to backtrack. Correct? You have to backtrack. So go back to its parent. Its parent is what? 8. So at 8, now you have to consider. Yeah, without 7 also we have considered. Without 7, what happened? We got the sum as 8. Now, see, we have finished scanning all the elements, right? We have considered 3, 5, 6, 7, all the elements are over. We don't have any more elements to add. But you see the sum in this position. The sum is what? 8. See, when you add, this is the next condition. When you add all the elements from I plus 1 to n to the previous sum, and this sum is less than d. Right, the sum is what? What we got? 8, which is less than 15. So if it is less than that, we have to stop. At that point, you have to stop. That is why I have written the cross mark over there. So again, that is also a non-promising dead end. So you will not get the solutions because there are no elements to consider, no more elements to consider. We have considered all the elements till now. So, but we got the sum which is less than 15. So that is the dead end. So now, once you reach the dead end, what you have to do? Again, go back to the parent. So here you see, is there any other option to consider? No, both the options are over. Next, go back to its parent. Its parent is what? 8. So check here, is there any other option to consider? No, both the options we have considered. Again, backtrack, go back to its parent. Yes, here we have, do we have any option to consider? Yes, here one option with the 5 we have not considered, without 5 we have not considered. So go back there, and here also you check. So without 5 the sum is equal to 3. So now you are expanding from third level to the fourth level. So that means you have to consider the third element. What is the third element? Third element is the element 6. So with the 6 what happens? Without 6 what happens? Now with the 6, if you add 3 to 6, then it will get the sum as 9. So 9 is actually less than 15. That is why we were able to expand. So it is 9. Now again you continue from 9. Now from 9 you consider. So what is the next element? Next element is 7. So if you add 7. So if you add 7 to 9. 9 is the sum which we have. The next element is what? 7. 9 plus 7 is equal to 16, which is greater than D. Right? So 9 plus 7 is greater than 15. So you have to stop. You have to consider it as dead end and you have to stop. Similarly, without, again you go back, you backtrack, go back, and you consider the right side. Right side without 6. Without 6 the value is 3 itself. Now yes, we have considered the element 3, 5 as 6, and then the next element is actually 7, which you are supposed to consider. You can expand that, or you know that if you add that element, what you will get? You will get the sum as 10. After that you cannot continue, right? After that we have finished scanning all the elements. Here 3 is considered, 5 is considered, 6 is considered, and 7. All the elements, scanning all the elements are done. So we got the sum which is equal to 10, which is less than 15. So you can stop here. Right, after that you cannot go. Both of these, all these are the dead ends. You cannot continue. So again backtrack. So go back. Here you check, is there any other solution? No, both the solutions are done. Go back here. Is there any other solution to consider? This and this. Yes, both are done. Yes, go back here. Here you have one more solution to consider. What is that? Without 3, then what happens? So there also you have to expand. Yes, now you can see at the right side, that is when we have not considered 3, so we got the value as 0 itself. So then we have from there again we have expanded the tree by considering the second element. From the second level you are going to the third level, so at that case you have to consider the second item, that is 5. So here I have considered 5. With the 5 what happens, without 5 what happens? With the 5, so 0 plus 5, it is 5. Then again the third element, with the 6 what happens, it is 11. So without 6 what happens, 5. So again from here it is 11. And the next element what? Next element is 7. So if you add 7, 11 plus 7 if you do, that will be 18, which is actually greater than 15. So you have to stop. Similarly, without 6 if you consider, the next element is what? 5. So from there also you have to expand. Now 3 over 5 over 6 over. The next element is what? 7. So if you add 7 to that 5, then it will become 7 plus 5, it is 12. 12 is less than 15, right? Anymore we don't have any element, so that also becomes non-promising end. I have not shown all the nodes here, but anyways that will become the non-promising end. It will not give us any solution. You try that, you try expanding all the nodes and you check if there is any solutions. So again here at the right side also, without 5, so we got 0. Then again we'll be continuing when you with the next element. So there also you have to expand this with the without. Again that will also lead to non-promising dead ends. It will not give you any of the solution. Please continue, don't stop there. So continue in the same procedure how I have explained, and you also have to look at this formulas every time, and you have to terminate only if these conditions, these inequalities holds. And you check if there is any other solutions that is possible for this one. Manually if you check, if you see 3, 5, 6, 7 and d is equal to 15, I think there is only one solution possible, that is 3, 5 and 7. You don't have any other solution. That's all. So please solve. Some more problems are there in the textbook. Please solve the problem and understand how to construct the state space tree and how to apply these constraints everywhere. Whenever the constraints doesn't holds good, you have to stop. You have to consider it as non-promising dead end. That's all. Thank you.